Of course, our focus is on special package, but no special status. But as of now, I just want to get quick responses from the two guests who are joining us, experts, Nagesh Kumar, senior journalist, and K.S. Prasad, who's a political analyst. A very warm welcome to you. Quickly, very briefly, this kind of vendetta politics, Nagesh Kumar, we have seen, over the months, over the weeks rather, that how Chandrababu Naidu is exposing one scam after the other, Rushi Kondas and mining, etc., etc. Do you think that Jagan Mohan Reddy is preparing the ground for what he calls vendetta politics, saying, look, this is happening, this could worsen?
No, Jagan Mohan Reddy is the mastermind behind vendetta politics.
Yes.
See, the moment he came to power, he demolished the one big building belonged where Chandrababu Naidu was staying, and then subsequently he has tried to arrest the current speaker, that is current speaker
right.
of the assembly, and the minister Acham Naidu. He did everything that is possible under vendetta politics. So he has lost moral right to complain against the present government.
All right. Mr. Prasad, what do you think? Quickly, then we go to the main topic. This is, is he preparing the ground?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to Nagesh sir also. Ma'am, it's very clear and evident as far as vendetta politics are concerned. People like Jagan Mohan Reddy, people like Chandrababu Naidu, they are only bargaining the time and they are wasting the time instead of doing things. And last time, the sir has very clearly said that it is Praja Vedika. It has been constructed with the people's money, and in entire Calcutta, the buildings should be demolished in a span of no time. But everybody getting all sort of excuses. When it comes to the government building, Jagan Mohan Reddy has taken advantage and has destroyed it. And subsequently, as he said, Ayyana Pathrudu, everybody got arrested because of the things what has been spelled out in the respective assembly. Who have been saying some words towards Jagan Mohan Reddy have been behind the bars. The same scenario, the same things will repeat today. Unfortunately, there are only 11 members and most of them are newly elected members. There is no question of vendetta. So now only thing is that the constituency wise, they are taking all sort of revenges. Right?
All right. So
and in Delhi, he protested and he gained what sort of things to be turned around with the opposition leaders who are all like TMC, AIDMK, Trinamool Congress, including Kejriwal. Everybody has supported Jagan Mohan. It itself is an indication. Down the line, if these two governments falls, another coalition government.
I like the variance in your opinions. That's what a good, solid debate is all about. Let's now turn our focus on the fabulous package that Chandrababu Naidu was handed in the budget. Capital city Amravati to get special financial support of 15,000 crores. Polavaram irrigation project to get a financial commitment. Funds in the Koparthi node and the Orvakal node and many others. But then, what about the special status category? Everyone is asking that. This is an issue on which Babu had walked out of the alliance with the BJP in 2019. He said, either give me status or I am walking back. And those who have watched the politics of Andhra for the longest time, we remember the kind of harsh words that both the BJP as well as Chandrababu Naidu used against each other. As the ruling dispensation has said repeatedly, the Naidu government has to build the state from scratch, and a special category status will help achieve that target. With the state coffers running empty, special status would come as a much needed stimulus. 15,000 crores is actually fantastic news, but let's not forget that the promised help will come from multilateral development banks, that is MDB. Let's understand what are MDBs, and on your screens right now. It's a financial institution established by multiple member countries. They fall under the international law and owned by a national government and other international organizations, facilitate financing and provide advisory services for developing countries, support social and economic development projects like energy, infrastructure and education. Unlike commercial banks, MDBs issue grants and low-cost loans for developing nations. Now, if the promised 15,000 crores is a grant to Andhra Pradesh, then it's great, lovely news. But in all likelihood, it may be a low-cost loan, at least partially leaving the remainder to the beneficiary state. Let's first listen into what Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had to say about the allocation that she's made to Andhra Pradesh in the very famous, unforgettable budget so far as Andhra is concerned. Then I get back to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act. Our government has made concerted efforts to fulfill the commitments in Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act. Recognizing the state's need for the capital, recognizing the state's need for a capital, we will facilitate special financial support through multilateral development agencies. In the current financial year, 15,000 crore rupees will be arranged with additional amounts in future years. Our government is fully committed to financing and early completion of the Polavaram irrigation project, which is the lifeline for Andhra Pradesh and its farmers. This will facilitate our country's food security as well. Under the Act, Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act, for promoting industrial development, funds will be provided for essential infrastructure such as water, power, railways, and roads. In Kopparthi node on the Visakhapatnam-Chennai Industrial Corridor and Varavakal node on the...
With so many questions looming, let's understand how does Chandrababu Naidu plan to meander through the maze, although he does have the Prime Minister's ear. I'm going to see you on the other side of the break, and our guests remain Mr. Prasad and Mr. Nagesh. But after a short break, see you on the other side. Just don't go away.
Very warm welcome to News 9 Kargil Honours 2024. This event is a commemoration of the 25th anniversary of the Kargil War.
Back home, I believe India, being a predominantly young nation, must imbibe the Kargil heroes' spirit of patriotism. Today, the young are restless and often tend to be indifferent. To my mind, India's contemporary war heroes are the true inspiration for them.
Today's event is a recognition of their services and is being conferred by the citizens of India, I would say, the informed citizens. And that makes this particular event very, very special. The creation of this post of CDS was one of the recommendations of the committee that reviewed the war.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
$20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए, और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है मनी 9। आजादी पैसे की, अभी डाउनलोड करें।
The focus, special package but no special status for Andhra Pradesh, and we are asking that question, and let the experts come in. Nagesh Kumar, senior journalist, K.S. Prasad, political analyst, both of them are here with us. Nagesh Garu, you think that he is now, it's just a question of compromise. I know that special status definition has changed over the years. We remember the late Arun Jaitley specifying what special status means, but that's neither here nor there. Last time, when he broke off, he severed his relationship with the BJP, it was only on the special status issue. He campaigned vigorously on the special status thing. It's about the identity of Andhra Pradesh. Has he forgotten about it, Nagesh Kumar? He's happy with all the financial package that he has got, which is also very questionable. I'll come to that later.
It is all a question of political expediency. You know, he has tried to rake up the issue last time, and he paid the price for it, in the sense that he quit the NDA alliance, and then he found himself nowhere, neither here nor there, neither in the NDA alliance nor in the UPA alliance. So, and then his party just won about 20 odd seats in the assembly and three seats in the parliament. So he is now wiser after the event has occurred. But let me just give a brief account of what exactly is a special category status and how it is not relevant in the present context. See, it was in the 5th Finance Commission in 1969. The special category status was given to disadvantaged states, which means that states that were that had hilly terrain or were border states. So Jammu and Kashmir, Assam, Meghalaya and 8 other states were given. That is a total of 11 states were given. Later, you know, every state started demanding the special category status. Orissa, Jharkhand, Bihar,
let's
Andhra
not
Pradesh,
forget.
And so in all, 20 states were in the, were either already given or in the queue for special category status. And there was no question of the government giving special category to all the states, because see, the special category status involved 3 things. Number 1 was tax concessions. Number 2 was financial assistance. Third thing was reservations in government jobs and in educational institutions.
Yeah, but then all of them seem to be applying. Sir, Nagesh Garu, all of this seems to be applying to this man on the screen right now, Babu. Because the thing is, after the bifurcation, he has been going on and on. Today he says financial distress is what I'm facing because of the bifurcation, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, the reorganization which happened, and also the way Jagan has looted Andhra Pradesh. Look at this. You know, I mean, I just want to go into the details. But first, Mr. Prasad, do you think it's a convenient amnesia that Mr. Babu has, that, you know, okay, let me expedite all the financial things because he's a man in a hurry. But then the special status is also about the promise that you make to your constituency. Mr. Prasad, young people there for the longest time said, we don't have a capital and we don't have a special status. Today, There is talk about Amravati, but still it is not come to fruition, Mr. Prasad.
Ma'am, it's very clear as far as Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am's verdict in Parliament is concerned, and press conference is totally different. She said very clearly about capital thing. When it comes to press meet, she started saying in Telugu about Amravati. It itself is a contradiction. Apart from that, if you really look into it, this MDB is who is supporting this 15,000 crores concern is World Bank has categorically rejected the Amravati proposal when Chandrababu Naidu is approached the World Bank. Subsequently, today this 15,000 crores assistance from MDB, it is a promise which was delivered by central government. We will take care of it, just like as guarantor. If they give guarantees, the credentials will fall like 15,000 crores from MDB, like Asian Cooperative
No, but
Bank,
Mr. Prasad, because India's credit rating is so good, so maybe, you know, the loan could come flowing very easily. Don't you think that is also one way to look at it, Mr. Prasad?
This is very clear, ma'am. Nirmala Sitharaman's concern is, in the press meet, she said, 10 years, there is no capital. If they really look into it, the promise which was made in the NDA government, Amaravati's Shankustapana, he has come. Narendra Modi has done it. At least they can claim for 4 years, say, Amaravati is built in capital. From the last 5 years, there is no capital. But she said very clearly, from the last 10 years, there is no capital. When it comes to this, if people like Nirmala Sitharaman itself is not having any clarity, World Bank itself is said very clearly, when it comes to MDB, they says Chandrababu Naidu's government will not stand still for years together. It will be only for 5 years. If next time Jagan comes, will he give concerns towards Amaravati? Will he make anything of that sort? Then it comes to the 15,000 grant which will come from. It is not a grant. Loan assistance will be given from central government.
All right.
If loan provides not MD.
Yeah. Now, Nagesh Garu, you know, Naidu needs 12,175 crores for the Polavaram project, you know, for it to get going. The thing is that nowhere in the budget did Nirmala Sitharaman specify the time or give the details. Why is the question?
You see, Polavaram involves a huge outlay. You see, again, whichever government was in power in Andhra, the point was that the Polavaram project has been bungled very badly by the state of Andhra Pradesh, in the sense that the cost of the project, for completion of the project, the center has declared it as a national project, which means the center has to bear the cost of the project. The remaining cost of the project was something like 15,000-20,000 crores. Now, due to its neglect during the previous 5 years, by whoever was in power, the cost of the project has increased manifold.
Right.
So this center is not willing to shell out so much of money because of the mistake of the state government. That is the main reason.
Mr. Nagesh Kumar, fine. You are absolutely right. Over the years, you know, of course, a lot of time has been lost. But Mr. Nagesh Kumar, I want to go back to, you know, the special status again. Do you think that the special status category today, because see, Nitish asked for it and he's been refused very clearly. They are saying there could be an arrangement. Look, no special status for both of you, but you take as much from the budgetary allocations. Do you think it's a kind of a quid pro quo, Nagesh Kumar?
It is a quid pro quo, you know. This offer had been made even in 2019. They said, we will not call it a special category status. We will call it a special package, and we will give you all the facilities that are available under the special category status, but call it a special package. But you know, it had been turned into a prestige issue. What with Jagan Mohan Reddy, you know, taunting Chandrababu Naidu and his media. That is, he has got Sakshi television and Sakshi newspaper, both of which were bent upon harassing Chandrababu Naidu, taunting Chandrababu Naidu, saying that he has been unable to get special category status in spite of being an ally of the NDA.
Right.
So that is where Chandrababu Naidu took that hasty step of quitting the NDA.
Right. Okay. Mr. Prasad, this man is in a hurry. Who? Naidu. He wants to get Amravati was his project. It was actually put on the back burner by Jagan Mohan Reddy. Lots of projects like that. There was corruption. He wants to get on with Polavaram. He's a man in a hurry, like I said. But do you think it's going to be feasible, A? And do you think to sacrifice at the altar of a special status for Andhra Pradesh, will it be politically prudent in the long run, Mr. Prasad?
Ma'am, it's very clear. People should understand that as far as NDA, BJP is concerned, special status is a closed chapter for them. Even after Chandrababu Naidu is happy to join his hands with respect to NDA means he doesn't want special status for AP. That is very clear. And his tenure itself, one is special status, taken a turn to special package with industrial incentives. Again, it has turned to special purpose vehicle. That is only one Mr. GVL will be there, ex-Rajya Sabha MP. He only understands what does it mean by special purpose vehicle. And as far as Parliament English is concerned, only Shashi Tharoor and Nirmala Sitharaman can understand those trillions and billions. Other than rest all 118 plus crores of people cannot understand as far as their English and other things and promises are concerned. When it comes to Andhra Pradesh deliverables are concerned, including Telangana, zero is being given it to us. Only I was saying, we have 21 MPs who are supporting NDA. After all, there are about 18 who are supporting from Bihar. They got more privileges than Andhra Pradesh. When it comes to Chandrababu Naidu, even Jairam Ramesh's category in the BIC meeting, only YSRCP has asked about special status. None of the MPs who belongs to NDA are not raising their voice as far as special status is concerned. So, in the closed chapter scenario, the special purpose vehicle.
So, are you saying that if you are are you suggesting, which is a lot of people, some people call it the coalition compulsion, some people say how close friends you are. So, are you saying, because that's my next story, are you saying that it's Chandrababu's proximity to Prime Minister Modi which has gotten him this fabulous package? But my question, Mr. Prasad, is, will it even matter? Will it be soon that when he will turn around and he will say, okay, instead of special status, I'll forget about it, you gave me special package, but even this does not suffice for me, I want more. What happens then?
Nothing will happen. They won't even bother as far as Telugu states are concerned, which is very clear and evident from the last 10 years. Even after a matured person like Chandrababu Naidu itself has joined with NDA means that itself is an answer. He doesn't want to do anything for Andhra Pradesh. Because it is our high time for us as far as 10 years time is concerned, as far as special status and some privileges are concerned, which has not been delivered by NDA and particularly from BJP. Even after YSRCP and TDP is so concerned to join their hands with the BJP means they don't have any attention towards AP state as far as their flourishment is concerned. Only for Kahani Gargar episodes have been continuing. Everybody wants to survive and they want to enjoy power. That is the only political regional parties in Andhra Pradesh are doing right.
I like that Kahani Gargar ki, reference made me smile. Kahani Gargar ki, that's what Mr. Prasad you said. Let me go to Nagesh Kumar now. Mr. Nagesh Kumar, so are you saying that the special category status doesn't really matter anymore? Are you saying that? That's a story which one has forgotten, one will forget. Are you saying that?
Very much, very much, very much.
Okay.
As Prasad rightly put it, it is a closed chapter, and I don't think even Chandrababu Naidu will rake it up again. However much pressure he faces from Jagan.
All right, which means, if he does okay, point taken that special category is a closed chapter. It's an epilogue has been written on it, which means that he'll have to hinge his bets on Polavaram and Amravati, for which there are no specifications given. Yes. There is generally it's an open-ended kind of a thing which has been kept. What happens if he cannot fulfill both of that? Because see, he's had a fabulous victory, Nagesh Garu.
Yes, but if the Prime Minister has called Chandrababu Naidu in 2019 as U-turn Babu. He used this word U-turn Babu when he changed his loyalties from the NDA to the UPA. Now, if the Prime Minister goes back on his promise of helping Polavaram, it will be a U-turn by the Prime Minister, because Polavaram is no ordinary project. It is a project which interconnects two river basins, Godavari with the Krishna, and the river which joins the sea somewhere in north coastal Andhra will provide water even to Rayalaseema. So it is a prestigious project even for the central government, and it better come with financial assistance sooner than later.
Let's
for
watch,
such a
let's see,
prestigious
because
project.
it's all about political compulsions of a coalition. It's kind of has to do the fine balance. But as of now, thank you so much. I have completely run out of time. Nagesh Kumar, it's such a pleasure as always. Mr. K.S. Prasad, you made me smile today and reminded me of Kahani Ghar Ghar Ki. On that note, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. And coming up next, it's also about the southern states, obviously, because this is the South Indian. Chief Ministers of 4 southern states allege stepmotherly treatment to South India in Budget 2024. That's coming up.
Who am I?
Nobody can crack that mystery.
There is a certain expectation of me.
That's the only contradiction.
Life itself is stranger than fiction.
I was a perfectly normal person born in an abnormal world.
I really didn't understand why is it different.
Just imagine a child who is bullied every day.
Boys school में कुछ लड़का लोग मेरे साथ sexual abuse किए.
मुझे तेरे बारे में सब पता है और मैं तेरा रेप कर लूँगा.
You also start to stigmatize.
अरे ये तो time pass है.
Sex doesn't come in the picture. Sex comes very late. Then they are a man-made narrative.
Why do you walk like that? Why do you sway so much? So you can understand the trauma of a person who's trapped in a wrong body.
But nothing can bind light.
We have to reclaim the lost position. We fought for more than 10 years.
Today I'm the mother of the industry.
I'm a first transgender member judge.
You can't walk in everybody's shoes.
This is what I'm comfortable with. They just are what they are.
You become the light yourself.
That is the change that I was looking for.
When I recognize myself, it's a small story, but it's an interesting one.
This is not the first time, and this shan't be the last time either, when some of the southern states have risen together to say that this is not fair on us. That's our next story. Budget stepmotherly treatment to Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, and of course Telangana as well. The Chief Minister of 4 southern Indian states will boycott the Niti Aayog Governing Council meeting scheduled in Delhi on 27th of July. Reason? The shabby treatment meted out to them in the budget. The charges are serious and as follows. But before that, let's listen in to what Mallika Arjun Kharge had to say, and so sarcastically, on the bias, as it were.
कल बजट पेश हुआ, उस बजट में किसी स्टेट को कुछ नहीं मिला और सबके थाली खाली और 2 के थाली में पकोड़ा और ये अपना जिलेबी, ये 2 छोड़ के किसी को नहीं मिला कुछ. ना तमिलनाडु को मिला, ना केरला को मिला, ना कर्नाटक को मिला, ना महाराष्ट्र को मिला, ना पंजाब, ना हरियाणा, ना राजस्थान, ना छत्तीसगढ़, ना किसी स्टेट को कुछ नहीं. दिल्ली को नहीं दिया तो मैं कितने गिनूं, ओडिशा को कुछ नहीं दिया. तो ऐसा बजट मैं कभी नहीं देखा और ये सिर्फ किसी को खुश करने के लिए, कुर्सी बचाने के लिए वो ये सब हुआ है. इसका हम खंडन करते हैं.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman responded to the opposition claims that there was discrimination against states. Listen in.
In vote on account and in yesterday's budget, I had not named Maharashtra. I'll take it as an example. Did Maharashtra get ignored because I did not mention the name of Maharashtra? 76,000 crores have been announced for that project. Maharashtra's name was not taken in the vote on account, nor was it taken yesterday. But does it mean that we've ignored Maharashtra? And I can take the name of so many other different states where we have major projects, one. And second, if the speech does not mention the name of a particular state, does it mean that the schemes of the Government of India, the programs of Government of India, the externally aided assistance which we obtain from the World Bank and ADB and AIB and so on, institutions such as that, don't go to these states?
So you heard both sides, as it were. Mallikarjun Kharge saying that some people got pakoda and jalebi, some people got nothing in their plate. Nirmala Sitharaman said, what is this? Just because I did not name a particular state, that does not mean that they have been ignored. Let's now begin with Kerala. Not only did the budget make no mention of Kerala, no mention of the word K, the state had to bid goodbye to the establishment of AIMS, provision for better disaster management, tourism, facilities, etc., etc. Pinarayi Vijayan condemned the reduction in allocation for ski schemes like the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Poshan Abhiyan and Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. There you heard about Kerala. Let's turn our focus. Go to Telangana. The treatment over budgetary allocations has so incensed Revanth Reddy that he has now given a call for all CMs of southern states to Chalo Delhi. Revanth Reddy took a serious exception to Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan for writing to him that it was not possible to sanction IIM to Telangana without assigning any reason. So no reason was given. No IIM for you. Also no funds for Musi Riverfront project, metro rail expansion, regional ring road construction, Palamaru Rangareddy lift irrigation scheme and several other promises which were made during the Bifurcation Act. Karnataka. Siddaramaiah. Remember, he had led the agitation in Delhi over tax devolution months ago. He minced no words and took objection to the so-called myopic view of Nirmala Sitharaman and highlighted how Mekadatu and Mahadai projects had been ignored, while funds for metro rail and other infrastructural projects were still a distant dream. M.K. Stalin in Tamil Nadu, who has continuously targeted the centre over bias, has objected to the state not even finding mention in the budget. He said no one spoke about us. We don't exist. He recalled the two major natural disasters that hit Tamil Nadu in 23 and the eventual request for a relief of 37,000 crores, while the centre provided 276 crores. Is it the compulsion of coalition dharma and the complete disregard for federal principles that has made these chief ministers raise their voices? Or is it just kind of imaginary and pure politics and nothing else? Let's debate. Bhanuchandar Nagarajan, political analyst, is with us, and S. Nagendra, economist and former general manager of Groove Finance Limited, Bengaluru. A very warm welcome to both of you. S. Narendra, let me first begin with you, sir. You know, I've listed out different states, Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Telangana. Do you think that the chief ministers of these states are overreacting, as it were? Because Andhra Pradesh perhaps stands out like a sore thumb because it's got 15,000 crores and more as a special package. Mr. Narendra.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Nice, having me on the program. At the outset, looks like a very sensitive issue. Number one. Number two, like what you said, the Andhra Pradesh and Bihar seems to have worked against the states in the southern part, where allocations have been made and no mention has been made to these states like Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and others, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, etc. But the point is, being apolitical, I do not know what were the issues prior to the budget, whether a wish list representation has been given because normally states have meetings with the concerned ministries and the FM and with the Niti Aayog, and there is a agenda where it is being discussed.
Mr.
And
Narendra, Mr. Narendra, I'm sorry to interject, but considering you're from Bengaluru, let me talk about Karnataka. And like you said, you're apolitical, so you are not going to get into the politics of it. The 15th Finance Commission had recommended 5,495 crore special grant for Karnataka, but this hasn't been fulfilled. promises for 6,000 crores for the peripheral ring road in Bengaluru and the establishment of AIMS in Raichur. Nothing has been fulfilled. Now, when you talk about, this is the package as it were, the peripheral road and the AIMS assumes more importance because it's people oriented. So, when Mr. Sid, so I am giving you some little details, sir, as it were.
My point is, it has to be discussed, deliberated and debated, and then it is a dialogue. See, going against and boycotting the meeting of the Niti Aayog presided by the Prime Minister of the nation, I think, is a little too much.
All right, but yeah, so you think they have overreacted, but Mr. Narendra, the Kerala, I mean, let me ask you a quick question, then I go to Bhanu Chandar. Kerala has seen financial crisis now for many years. Yes, the finance minister can turn around and say, we have given you a lot of money, you've not even done anything about those projects. But the point is, it is coming up for distress. So, I am asking you a question that is it coalition compulsion or is it simply that the centre does not have any respect for the federal principles or federal cooperation?
No, apparently, it looks like that. But my sense is most of the programs are in work in progress. And just because the names have not been mentioned, I think the fine print of the budget should have been read. And then if the concerned CMs or their officers had listed out, that there is no mention of any program or allocation. But none of them have come out with a list where they say this is what should have been given to us, not been mentioned. So mentioning in the budget is different, and mentioning and the allocation that is already there in the budget has to be seen.
All right. So Bhanuchandar Nagarajan. Yeah, Bhanuchandar Nagarajan, let me bring you in. Bhanuchandar Nagarajan, you must know the subject like the back of your palm. I am asking you that it could be politics. I am not denying the fact. There is no gainsaying the fact that it could very well be us versus them kind of a thing. But one thing which really stands out is in the case of the two Telugu speaking states, Andhra, Telangana. Bifurcation was brought into it. The Reorganization Act was brought into it. Revant Reddy today stands and asks, he says that the centre has not bothered to allocate funds for Musi River front project, the metro rail expansion. She does not even, she meaning Ms. Sitaraman, does not even care to talk about Telangana as if the act only applies to Andhra Pradesh and not to us. So, I think that this kind of, if they have these kind of grievances somewhere, because it's about how do you fulfill the promises that you've made to the people of your state, Bhanu.
Yes, there are certain quirks with running a coalition government, especially in a federal structure like India. If you look at the UPA governments, when T.R. Balu was road minister, there was more allocation for roads, more roads were built in Tamil Nadu. When Mamata Banerjee and Lalu Prasad Yadav were ministers, more trains were actually ran through Bihar and West Bengal. Okay, people of India accepted these works, and right now the NDA government is facing these challenges. So right now, politically speaking, I think the government would have been sort of satisfied with the fact that they have pacified the two main allies in the coalition, but the government, but the opposition does not want to give the government a satisfaction. They are keeping up the key. So politically speaking, that is how I see it. But I do not know how long they are going to continue with that, because the longer it gets, two things will happen. One is the people of these states will get affected if they don't attend the DP meetings. I think there are certain issues that could be sorted out. The opportunity for that will be lost. Second is the people are also watching these opposition parties and saying that, okay, what alternatives are you going to propose? Are you going to play these opposition politics for how long, right? One last point. See, especially Karnataka and Telangana, right? They already have a lot of financial stresses because of the guarantees and many promises. So I think it's better for them to get to a cooperative mode very soon with the central government as soon as possible, so that there is good development for both these states.
All right. We decided to do this short story because I think it involves all the southern states and we have to see where is the balance of power, as it were. Mr. Narendra, you said that it is not proper to boycott the Niti Aayog Council meeting scheduled on 27th of July. then I ask you, sir, that you are the center, this is the union budget. Is it fair for you to not give every state what is due to it? I am not saying largest, sir. I am saying what is due. And all these chief ministers had made their trips to New Delhi to present what they required. So, if that is not right, then this is also not right, sir.
I agree that if certain demands or genuine requirements have not been met, there is a method of requesting or representing. Boycotting the Niti Aayog meeting in this ego clash. Let me ask a simple question. There are 17 BJP MPs, which from where we have sent. People of Karnataka voted. So in this ego clash, don't you think people are the worst sufferers in the bargain? Is it a cooperative federation? So the state and central government, just because the central government is a different party or NDA, and just because all the other side is the Congress and other parties, don't you think that there's a better method of representing? 17 MPs are there. Let's have a discussion, debate, deliberation, and dialogue. I always believe that the 4 Ds work out. And in protesting and going against certain norms, in the Niti Aayog, there can be many policies or programs. Again, there'll be reasons for the central government to say, you boycotted, so we are not going to consider certain things which have been part of the agenda.
All right.
So, in the same breath, let me tell you, I'll take a second. It is better for the FM to come out instead of arguments, and which looks very horrible to the outside world and to the country and to the state. Better come out with the details instead of accusing whether I should mention 28 names. Yesterday I didn't mention Maharashtra, but they got 200 crores or whatever it is. And Karnataka has got Hyderabad, Bangalore, they have got the railway.
All right, I'm completely running out of time. So let me give the last question to Bhanuchandar Nagarajan. Bhanuchandar Nagarajan, Mr. Narendra says that there is a way out. This is not the way by boycotting. But the thing is, the ministers, chief ministers who are going to boycott it, they say all these conditions which have not been fulfilled are also people centric. So if you did not, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, Banu, did not even find a mention, I say. It's not about that. You say, don't you think that's a bit much? I think that's a bit much.
See, in all central government programs, Sudha, you know that it's all distributed based on certain rules to all the states. So I think, in the future, perhaps, all the finance ministers are going to mention all the states just for the sake of mentioning. So I don't think it will work that way. So I think I hope after this current state election season, this antagonism is gone and people work in a more cooperative manner.
All right.
And I think these states also need the central government support. They can't operate in vacuum. And just for the one point on the Polavaram project that you mentioned, for that also, right? The 15,000 crores that are allocated for Andhra Pradesh are through guarantees. Okay, it's not through fiscal transfer. Just to mention that point, so that I want to let people know that it is being a very responsible budget, even with the coalition compulsions are being taken care.
All right, and thanks to both of you, Bhanuchandar as well as S. Narendra, for saying that there is a way out and confrontation is not the way alone for the chief ministers of the southern states. Let's leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. And coming up next on the South Indian, setback for Siddaramaiah government in the Valmiki scam as Karnataka High Court stays FIR against ED officials. That's coming up next. All right, that's the story. Valmiki scam, FIR against ED officials has been stayed. The latest update on an issue which had become a political hot potato in Karnataka. The alleged high-handedness of the ED and the coercion by it to name Chief Minister Siddaramaiah as an accused in the Maharishi Valmiki ST Development Corporation scam. The Karnataka High Court has now stayed an investigation against 2 senior ED officers who were probing the multi-crore fund diversion case, Manoj Mittal and ED Assistant Director Murali Kannan. The FIR, registered by Additional Director of Social Welfare Department, Kalesh, was challenged by the petitioners on charges of criminal intimidation. Kalesh had given every detail and alleged that the two ED officers had abused, threatened and pressurized him to give statements against the state government. The High Court pointed out that a crime was registered, an enforcement case information report was filed, and the ED officers in discharge of the duty had summoned the complainant to investigate the matter or record his statement. So, as of now, a lid has been put on the complaint of Kalesh. Let's see where this story goes, because like I said, it has become hugely political yesterday, but today things are different. That's how the cookie crumbles, I guess, in the world of politics. And now, as promised, I'll leave you with some of the other top headlines from the south of India. Thank you for watching. Namaskara.
This is News 9 Live, India's only digital exclusive live stream. For the early adopters, bringing you the news 24/7. For the smart audiences on the smartest TVs. News 9 Live. Stream now on your smart TVs.
When we talk about India, unfortunately the country has the highest burden of road crash fatalities.
तो लगभग 76% लोग pedestrians और two wheeler वाले हैं जिनकी डेथ हुई है.
While the highways are getting better in India, the local roads, the city roads, the town roads, these need to be improved.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Welcome to Bengaluru, the Silicon Valley of India. Known for its cutting-edge technology, innovative startups and, well, its confusing government decisions. Yes, the very city that's the backbone of India's IT industry is currently having a bit of identity crisis. It seems like the powers that be can't quite figure out how to manage their golden goose. Let's dive into the latest roller coaster of policies that have left the IT sector scratching their heads and rolling their eyes. First, we have a groundbreaking idea. How about we extend the maximum daily working hours for our hard-working IT employees to 14 hours? That's right, because who needs a life outside work when you can just live at